Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please give applause to Mr. Saurabh from Mozilla India.
ครับเสียงปรบมือครับครับ
Hello everyone. I hope you had enjoyed good food, and I hope I won't make you sleep after the food, because I know sometimes I sleep after the sessions and like 1 o'clock or something. So I hope so it make it for you, like you can stay awake. So little bit about me is I'm Saurabh and I'm from Pune, India, and I'm a Mozillian. I work as a front-end developer at cloudaccess.net, and I'm volunteering in Mozilla Corporation, and I'm a Mozilla representative, which in my Pune region. I'm also working with many Joomla teams, and I'm a Joomlaholic, but you will probably, I will talk tomorrow about Joomla. So let's get started with Firefox. So how many of you are already aware about the Firefox and Firefox OS? Okay, not too many. Well, oops, sorry. So Firefox OS is basically an operating system for your phones and devices. Sorry, okay, yeah, that's okay. And it is basically, we have come up with this system because there were, in early days, there were many mobile operating systems came up, and they have promises like, they are going to make it all open, and they have been all false promises. Like they are going to use HTML5, and there will be no SDKs. But eventually, they have started with, making a system which is just for them, and not for others. So we have started with this mission to accomplishing just giving this OS to the people who needs it, who can make it world better and make it operating system for the needs, for people need. So okay, so Firefox OS uses a browser which is rendering with the same operating system, with the same Mozilla uses for Firefox. And for example, if you use, there are so many market like Android, when it comes up with the new version, you get just a same default browser which do not get updated at all. You have to go and press it and install and have to make it all the time. So it takes a lot of time just to go and tap it, and you get a screen just to install it. And with the Firefox, what we have done is we have integrated everything together. So no matter where on which platform you are, either on phone or any other devices, it will always get updated. You don't need to install by yourself. Well, there is always been a market like OS, iOS, and Android since long. And the main purpose of this we have come up with, because we have always focused on something new, which is already there. It doesn't make sense to make, support all closed system, and that's why we have come up with the Firefox OS. So it can be a new market for new users. Like in Asia, there is no market at all. All you can see is iOS on maybe on Spanish. Spanish side, or maybe in USA side, and there have been a lot more developers. There is no other world where we can say there is something we can build with the open system. So everything for this Firefox OS is open web technology, and it's all standard open web APIs. It means you can use any of the APIs just to create and modify and make your own OS and install it on any of the devices. So let me tell you how it works. So basically, these are the 3 layers in Firefox OS. So the first one is Gong. That is the kernel operating system, which is already using Android devices. Then there is a Gecko, which is a runtime engine which connects with your Firefox OS or any other devices engine, and it gives you a better option. You can connect with the machine instead of making it all closed machines. For example, if you see taking iOS, you cannot make any changes in in any of the browser or any of the device standards, but you can do with the Firefox OS is you can go in any of the APIs, you can use it, and you can make it hack it, and then you can interact with the machine devices actually, instead of just to ask them you need to upgrade it. You can do it your own, so it doesn't require permissions. It is all open. And the GIA is the UX, which basically interacts with your all machine and then generates all for your mobile. So this is how Firefox OS connects with the HTML5. And of course, there is an app store we have, and it's usually the same app store, but there are some more quite interesting features we have included, which I'll tell you later on in the session. Well, this is just for me, but maybe there are not more native English speakers or the understanding. So this is what you can read it out instead of I just talk, and you maybe not understand. So this is just for you if you are checking this out. So this is how for Firefox apps, what it does is whether it's your site or you can create something big with the JavaScript, it doesn't matter. You just need is your own HTML5, CSS, that's it. If you know a little bit of coding, you can create your own app. And it will require just a small manifest file, which uses your permissions or name or launch path, etc. So here's the code. If you see here, there's just a name, description, and launch path, icons, and that's it. This is what you need just to create and launch an app. So it doesn't require coding at all. Well, of course, with the apps, you have certain limitations. You have to follow these rules, like whether your apps are hosted or privileged or certified. So if you are on hosted apps, you can use it by on own servers and easily upgrade it. Then there is a privileged apps where you can submit this app, and reviewer will review the apps and add it into the app store. And then certified apps, which are basically for Mozilla Corporation and their partners. But you can install from the web as well, and I will show you with the demo later on. Probably. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just missing a few slides here. Okay. All right. So as I told you, Firefox OS uses Web API, which is all open, and it is all based on HTML5 and JavaScript. That's it. There is no more coding required. So what Web API does is it interacts with your hardware of the devices and gives you better preview what you can do with the devices instead of just sell out with the all OS and iOS and Android devices. You can make your own device. You can create your own, change it, modify your UX or the code, and use as you like. It doesn't make sense to be like creating just a single layout for all your mobile devices. You can create your own system with this. And there are certain web APIs available, and certain are in pipelines. So you can see there are like vibration APIs for your mobile vibrations, or the idle API, screen orientations, etc. Again, so if you see, there are hosted web APIs which are freely available. You can use it without the privileged one. So there are, you can see like the vibrations of screen orientation or geolocations, mouse API, or the push notifications, etc. And you can use it without any user what you can say is user acceptance. You do not need users requirement on this. But there are certain APIs which you need, for asking users just to approve it, because you are using some sensitive information. So, for example, the browser device storage on local machine or local devices, or the contact API if you are using some contacts, in your app, web app. Well, I'm not going through all code because it's a little bit, lengthy, and it will require some more time. And there are some web activities, which interact with the web applications, where you can. Let me show you with the code. Yeah, for example, if you have activities like if you want to send some number to a code or a message, you just need to do is call this API, and this much of code you just need to pull in. So you don't require any of the knowledge, how you are going to do it. Just replace with this number with some kind of variable or something, and that's it. You don't need to know how it works. So it's as simple as that. If you require some pictures, just use this, API, and that's it. You can get the screen on a front just within a minute. Well, of course, it's, as I said, it's not just made for Firefox. It's also made for every user or browser. You can use it. So if you are on Android devices and you are using Firefox OS on Android, you can use it pretty much everything which Firefox OS does. So it's not basically just for Firefox OS or the device. It's for every user or the browsers. You can make it, hack it, and make better and better with your ways. There is something called dynamic web app search, which I would like to tell you. This is the best feature I have found so far in all operating systems on mobile. Where you can do is, you can just go to the screen, just swipe it out, and you can see this search bar. Search whatever you want here, and it will directly appear on the screen with the background, and it's all information. You do not need to install every app for using this information like YouTube or the Wikipedia and go and tap it and search it and you can get it. No, you just type and that's it. You will get all the information here. Let me show you if this video works. Yeah. So if you go, you check this here. I'm searching for Linkin Park, which is one of the favorite band, and you get all information here. For example, you see all YouTube videos. You can just click in. You can get all videos listed. You can go Groove Check to listen to the music, or you can get lyrics as well. You can get picture slideshow, everything in one slide. That's it. You don't need to go on web and search for wiki pages for a particular thing. So it's all, and this is all basically have done in HTML5 and little bit of JavaScript code. There is no more other language at all. So it's all open web technologies we have used on Firefox OS. So if you see everything, you search, you will get it in here. Just just type Skyfall and you will get all information of the movie as well. It's not just for particular band or anything like that. Of course, you're not hungry right now, but yeah. So this was the pretty much interesting feature in Firefox OS I found. And how you can build or do it? There are tools in iOS or Android devices, but to create any application in Firefox OS, you do not require any tool at all. These are just information for me, but maybe you can read it out and understand instead of listening to me, because you guys are maybe not native and not in English. So this is I'm sharing with you, so you can read it out as well. And there is no SDK for Firefox OS, so it's all open web. You can use it, hack it, and make it better way. Well, you do not need any particular editors, just to try it out and load this application and do the changes. Everything is inside the browser. So one browser makes everything, together for your edit or make changes. For example, let me show you here. Tools, web developer, and developer toolbar. You get all in here in one browser. You can do same with the machine or the devices as well. It doesn't matter where you are. You can use it on any of the devices. It's pretty much similar, inspector or the console. You can try debug and JavaScript, if any errors, and you can find everything pretty much here for requirement of your, building your web application. So you do not need any editor at all. It's all in here, built in. Well, to build and check and test your web application, you do not need phone as well. This is called a simulator for Firefox, and you can just download as an add-on and just use it and try to create a web application and just check on it. Let me show you if I can. So there is here. You can go and click it. Excellent. Reopen it. Okay. So again, technical issues. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So this is the way you can just install as an add-on and use it instead of buying a phone and testing your web applications. And there's another tool which online is like with the JS Fiddle. And where you can do is like, you can add your JavaScript file, or you can add your HTML code, and that's it. And you just add a type /webapp.manifest, which will automatically create a manifest file for you, and you do not need to write one. Same thing is like, you can alternatively write this Firefox OS, fxos.html, and it will give you all links just to add in here for your simulator. So you can check and add and test it. There is also UI components available, which you can go to the link. I will provide this slides later on online, and it's pretty much everything you need, like building blocks, or maybe having some kind of a dialog box, or some UX UI for your numbers and etc. So everything you can find in the one slide here. There's also a boilerplate, which if you are aware about, if you are a developer, you must be aware about this, how it works. And it is also available for Firefox OS, so you can just use it. And yeah, we are coming up with the inline editor as well for phone. So, and conversion of your one HTML web app for Firefox OS is easy. You can use a PhoneGap, and you can build any of this app as well. For iOS or Android. And there are a couple of resources. Of course, you can go to the Firefox OS official page, and you will find all the details. Or marketplace, you can go and add your applications. It doesn't it doesn't require a phone. You can use it from machine as well, and just click and install it, and it will appear on your phone as well. So it's machine independent. There is a developer hub as well, where you can find all details from building blogs or building applications. And there is always a blog updated, giving the tips, or you can ask here, how in comments, and people are always helpful, and they are always ready to, make your hacks better way to apply it on machines. So there is also this guy called Christian, and he's creating developer series. And if you find a time, you can listen to this and you can make it better way, like to understand how it works and how to create, and his ideas and tips. There's also wiki pages, so you can go and check and read it out. So yeah, the web is the platform, so use it, make it better way, and give it back to the community as well, as much as you use the open web. And yeah, thank you for your time and listening to me after the sessions of good food. And there is one more thing, is like I have a Firefox device here, so if anyone wants to test it out, I have a developer version, so you can find me and test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. So I'm translating to Thai.
Yeah,
for
sure.
โอเคคุณชลาภแล้วก็ขึ้นมาพูดถึงเรื่อง Firefox OS นะครับซึ่งเป็นระบบปฏิบัติการตัวใหม่จาก Mozilla นะครับ
จาก Mozilla นะฮะซึ่งเรียกได้ว่าทำงานเข้ากับเว็บแล้วก็ทำงานผ่าน HTML5 ทั้งหมด
ใช่เพราะเขามองว่าของที่มันมีอยู่ในตลาดเนี่ยมันเหมือนจะเป็น Open Standard แต่ว่าจริงๆมันก็ไม่ได้ Open มันต้องมีนู่นนี่ใช้ SDK บ้างใช้อะไรบ้างแต่ว่าตัว Firefox OS เนี่ยไม่ต้องการอะไรเลยนะครับก็แค่เขียน HTML5 ได้เขียน CSS ได้จะว่า
ก็จบข่าวแล้วรวมถึงไม่ต้องการอีดิเตอร์อะไรทั้งสิ้นไม่ต้องมีเครื่องก็เขียนได้เพราะมีซิมูเลเตอร์ให้อีดิเตอร์ก็ใช้เว็บ Developer Tool ทุกที่ทุกคนเคยใช้กันมานี่แหละเมื่อกี้เราสองคนนั่งคุยกันครับโอ้โหเราบอกได้พร้อมกันเลยว่ามันเถื่อนจริงๆ
โลกนี้มันรุนแรงมาก
โลกนี้ครับผมก็ใครที่สนใจนะฮะตัว Firefox OS นะครับผมทางคุณชราฟเองก็ได้ติดเครื่องมาด้วยนะฮะว่าเป็นเครื่องโทรศัพท์ Firefox OS ที่รันเจ้า Firefox OS นี้อยู่เนี่ยใครก็อยากจะไปสนใจก็ไปลองขอคุณชราฟแกดูได้นะครับผมว่าเป็นยังไงจะมีอนาคตไหมน่าทำหรือเปล่าอะไรนี่ฮะ
ก็ส่วนข้อมูลอื่นก็คือเข้าไปดูได้ที่ Firefox OS นะครับมีเว็บไซต์ก็ในนั้นก็จะมีบอกถึงพวกเครื่องไม้เครื่องมือ tool API ต่างๆที่ใช้ได้นะครับก็ต้องลองไปดูกันเองเพราะว่าเท่าที่เห็นเมื่อกี้ก็เยอะพอสมควรเรียกได้ว่าเขียนแอปบนมือถือกันได้
กันสนุกอ่ะ
ไวมากนะครับ